Say, the gods are good.
The God's good.
I would see. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's, well, I'm sure y'all have. Anybody have anything special you want to say about that week with the, with your practice or anything that you experienced this week that's been, just, like an epiphany, an awakening? All right, what we're going to do, we're going to go on and get started. I gave the major introduction. And my assistant over there, Deja, is going to play this story. We can't see it, but we can hear it. And turn it real loud where everybody can hear it. Matter of fact, you might want to put it in one of them chairs where you can kind of get that sound amplified. Okay, let's see how it goes. One day when we finally, oh, that's good. Go ahead, that's good. Hey, you getting along?
Within the sacred orature of the Yoruba diaspora, we have an amazing story called Oshun. Okay, and in Oshun, what happens is all these deities come down from the heavenly realm onto the planet Earth, right? And the dominant ones, the ones who are doing the most, are Obatala, the Lord of the King of the white cloth, the Lord of the clouds, the one who molds the child in the womb, sets the ethical standards. We have Ogun, who is the tool maker and the wild man in the woods. And we have Shango, who is the Lord of the flame and political organization and the ego of the human being. Okay? And they come down with Oshun, who is the goddess of love and sweet water and sensuality and compassion and all of that. And in the folklore, when they start out trying to create the world, one of the male deities makes some comment to the effect that they really don't need Oshun. Okay? And she's very sensitive to insult, by the way, So Oshun decides, oh, well, you'll see. And she goes and she sits on the moon and spends time looking in the mirror and powdering her face, And while she does that, all the sweet water on the earth dries up. And they can't do nothing, They can't build no houses. They can't make no tools. They can't grow no food. They can't create nothing. Nothing is working because love has left the planet. Okay? And when they realize that nothing is working, they run back up to Olodumare, the one who owns the whole spectrum of the rainbow, the owner of the day. And they complain, what you sent us down here for if we can't accomplish nothing, right? And Olodumare says, somebody's missing from this crew that I sent down there. Where is Oshun? And the comment was made, well, who needs her? And that's when Olodumare summons Oshun from her resting place where she's just, kicking back, waiting for them to recognize what's happening. When she arrives, she explains that they insulted her. They were stupid enough to think they didn't need fresh water. They didn't need sensuality. They didn't need love. And so the Most High makes them apologize to her, okay? And I love this part, in the Odu, it says, she accepted their apology and she told them, don't let it happen again, okay? And as a result of that, she had to decide whether she wanted to be bogged again. And so she turned herself on herself and gave birth to Elebai. Now, I want to say very, very clearly that Oshun is a very, very important story in my tradition. All of the stories we see, when they hit the tray, when they arrive in front of us, we look for the manifestation of the story around us. To have Oshun leave us is a very, very dangerous thing, okay? And we see it in things like fracking. What's happening to our water supply? We see it in things like the way that they are raping the queen bee. Honey is sacred to Oshun. We see it in the sex trafficking of children that's going on this planet. All of these things we read as signs that we done pissed Oshun off, okay? And so for the last 10 or 12 years, there have been priests all over the world going to the river, going to places where the river's dry, and making offerings and begging Oshun to come back to us. All of this is about wanting to recognize the power of the divine feminine.
Okay. Now let's talk about that. When I listen to that, and that's about my third time or fourth time listening to it, it reminds me of a song by Earth, Wind & Fire. It's what I'm thinking about. Huh? About what she just, the story she just told about Oshun. Going back sitting on the moon.
Now let the love go.
That's it. After the love is gone. What's the song? After the love is gone. After the love is gone, what used to be right
It's wrong.
is wrong. Okay? And so, let me get you all, because I've been talking, because this is a discussion. Now, what's the story? Who want to tell the story? Just retell the story. Who got it? Who got it? Who got it? Understand what happened? You got it, Freddie? Okay, tell the story. What happened?
The story we just heard. Right?
Yeah.
It was basically love and death. The earth felt like we didn't need love. We didn't need, she said, sweet water, fresh water, all the things that make a human being passionate about craft or creativity. I think without love, you don't have those things, and that was evident in that video. When she left to prove a point, and it was proven. And yeah, they were made to apologize, priests, and then she went on to say that nowadays you see it in our society, the past 10, 12 years, is, you see a lot going on in the world where the love is lost, the love is gone, the planet is being depleted. And we have priests all over the world going to the rivers and line up riverbanks, offering sacrificing, trying to, show it to.
What does this story mean to some of y'all? When you go ahead,
Well, I might add that in our major Judeo-Christian religion, we downplay women. We don't include women in anything, and so that itself is just like the story where these guys didn't want Oshun to be involved in anything. They thought they could do it without her, and that's why we're being basically, all of us are being taught that we don't have to have that love, that feminine aspect in our life and stuff. And so.
Okay.
Well, one thing that stuck out to me, she spoke about the honey, the nectar. As of now, bees are becoming extinct.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
so that's, something that's very much needed for healing.
Yeah.
So a butterfly,
See how that story changes your state of consciousness, puts you in an altered state of consciousness. You begin to recognize and see something that you hadn't seen before or even respected before. Keep going. Anybody else got any insights on that? That's a very profound story.
I can even parallel it with black people. We would be we could be looked at as that feminine energy, You know, we're very creative. Most of what we have is a creation of us, our people, and we've been basically used and abused, and basically they feel like once they get what they need out of us, they don't need us. But if we were to go, they'd suffer. They will, you know, just
Go
like
back
in the movie, just like you said in the movie, when she got him out into orbit and back, they, you know, felt like they didn't need it anymore and let her go. Then they figured out they couldn't get by without her, so they had to call her back. You know, so.
Okay. Anybody else? Any young people? What did you hear in that? You hear nothing. But it's something that you need to hear, because you are young women. Because when I listened to it, I thought about the movie Hidden Figures, and one of the main figures that's hidden in our world, in our mind, is the goddess. She's hidden. God the Father, keep on with God the Father, God the Son,
and you have the Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost is like something that's dead. Okay, it's a ghost. The point is, you don't see no, I mean, think about it. You got families. When do you see a family that's missing, that has children that without a mother? I don't think you will see one. Because contrary to popular opinion, you can't come into this world. You cannot come into this dimension without going through the womb of a woman. And look at not just the fact of when love is gone. Yes, when love is gone, when the sweet water is gone. But look at the fact of what is one of the major problems that women are having in